everyone, it's me, Tiffany. Today is the end of week 1 of Inktober, and I thought that I would share my update of where I'm at. I did do each day. There was a couple of days I didn't really feel like it, but I did it. I did add an extra challenge to myself to only draw left-handed in my sketches to get my ideas down in this notebook, and then this is the finished product. So what I'm going to do is show you my sketches of each day one at a time and then show you the finished product. So day 1 was Swift, and I really wanted to do a bat-rabbit combination creature. So I knew I wanted the body of a rabbit and the appendages, I guess, of a bat. So this is the mouth. Here you can see a little bit better, the tongue. I was quite impressed with myself. I really honestly thought that my left-handed drawing skills were going to be atrocious. So when I saw that it wasn't nearly as horrid as I thought it was going to be, I was pretty dang proud of myself, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, it is not pretty, but it's better than I thought it would be. So here I'm toying around with just, you know, the two combined together, and then color choices that I wanted to look at. So day 1 looks like this. I really actually like how it turned out. I used alcohol-based markers, ink, on the rabbits, and then the background is done with dip inks. Sorry about the shadow, guys. And then everything's outlined with microns. I'm not 100% thrilled with how this guy's little neck turned out. Kind of made him look not quite so rabbit-ish, but he's still pretty darn cute, I guess. So yeah, I'm pretty thrilled with day 1. Okay, so day 2, the prompt was divided, and I decided to do a zombie bear. I did do a realistic sketch, but I really wanted this book to kind of go more cartoonish. I do a little bit cartoonish style with my drawing anyways, so I decided to make this more cartoon than usual. And as I was drawing this guy, I kind of started thinking Care Bears, so I did this little zombie type Care Bear mark. I can't remember what their stomach symbol thing is, but that's what that is. And these are the colors that I was looking at for that. And here's my zombie Care Bear. A little bit of drool. I kind of goofed on the trees a little, the tree right there a little bit. I wanted the background to be muted. Maybe not quite that muted, but hey, you know, live and learn. And for the divided, I have his paw down there and then his bone showing. It was a lot of fun, actually. I really liked doing this one. He didn't probably turn out quite as I had hoped, but I do like him. Got some blood drops and things like that. And yeah, you know, he turned out pretty cool. So day 3 was Poison, and I made an Inktober troll using poison ink. I did some different poison bottles, or ink poison, wrote down different kinds of poison. So there's toad tongues, snake venom, zombie brew, arsenic. I've had a bit of practice writing left-handed because when I was younger I injured my right arm. So if I concentrate good, I can write pretty well. I really was very happy with how this sketch turned out. Definitely, especially being left-handed. So on the actual drawing, I decided to go with a, just black and white. Sorry, I guess I can put the picture down for you. I decided to go strictly black and white, with a pop of color. Honestly, I kind of at some points prefer the sketch over the finished product. I don't like how I did his beard, but I don't hate his beard either. I like him. He's pretty cute. He's not a bad guy. He's just carrying around some poison ink. And so yeah, that's him. What are we? Day 4 was underwater, and I really wanted to make a pollution sea monster. Don't know why. That's just really what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna cover the next day. So that was my sketch. I was just messing around. And I, of course, did my color choices. So I've got a can of hairspray, a sandcastle shovel thing, some styrofoam he's eating, a spoon, a bottle of water, an oil can, some sea plants, and just garbage. It's a balloon right there. And, oh yeah, he's wearing a watch. I liked him, but I decided to go with a different pose, and I actually changed up the final piece quite a bit, and I love him. I really love how he turned out. I decided to make him a solid color. With the sketch, I was thinking that the pieces would be kind of seen through his body, but I went with that instead, and I made kind of the stuff coming out of the poison container, this oily substance. And his name is Bob the Glob, the Pollution Snob. A good friend of mine and I came up with that together, and it was really fun to do. So he got a name. He's the first to get a name. And he's, instead of eating the styrofoam to-go container, he's holding it in that hand, and he's going to eat the spray paint or hairspray, whichever you want to go for on that. And he's got a crumpled water bottle there, the balloon, and the balloon is stuck in his teeth. The spoon is going through his arm, and the shovel is going in through kind of his head area. So that is Bob. Day 5 is long, and I felt like a lot of people were going to go with the obvious snake or giraffe or dachshund. And I didn't want to go obvious, but I was struggling coming up with different ideas than those. And I decided, what if I combined the two? A really good friend of mine has a dachshund, and giraffes are pretty cool. So I decided what would happen if Frankenstein wanted a pet and combined a giraffe with a dachshund. So I kind of made him look almost like a, what do you call it? Like almost like a stuffed animal in a way. There he is. He's got the dachshund head, and it's stitched onto the giraffe's body, dachshund tail, and the stumpy little dachshund feet. And I just gave it a splash of color and left the rest in brown and white. And I'm going to pause real quick because my dinner is done cooking in the oven. Okay, and I am back. Sorry for that interruption. I was hoping I would finish this before the timer went off. No such luck. So day 6 was, the prompt was sword. And I wanted to make a deranged monkey knight, if I remember right. Yeah, deranged monkey knight. And I gotta tell you, Saturday was just one of those days. So this is Sir Val the Monkey Knight. I did not make a sketch for him. I woke up at like 6 in the morning, fell back asleep, ended up waking up missing something that I had wanted to do in the morning. Went to work. After work, I went to the gym. After the gym, went out to dinner with my friend that I take to the gym. And by the time I got home, it was 9:30, 9:40. And the last thing I wanted to do was sit down and draw something twice. I didn't even want to draw it once, to be honest. but I did make myself do this. He's supposed to be just this kooky, crazy knight. He's supposed to be holding the sword funny. So I kind of got his arm, you know, like this. I went with a monochromatic color scheme, and I wish I hadn't, because you can't really tell. This is supposed to be a banana sword. And with it being the grays, it doesn't really look like a banana. But it is what it is. He turned out okay, just not quite what I had envisioned in my mind. But that's what I get for not wanting to draw it. So, today I did the prompt was shy. And I thought, what's more shy than sock bandits? You know, the little guys that live in our dryers and steal our socks. So, that was my sketch, and I decided to take it a step further when I finished it. And I made 3 of them. This little guy's getting greedy. He's rubbing his paws together because he sees a whole bunch of socks. And they've made a mess. They're picking through, throwing socks out so they can choose which ones they're going to take. The knobs are silver. You can kind of see it reflecting in the light. So are the hinges. I left the dryer white, which at first I wasn't sure about doing. I was kind of leaning towards making it black. But I decided to go with white, and then I did a really watered down wash of walnut ink and a blue ink, and then watercolored based markers for everything else, and then this is just, of course, the paper. So these little guys, their bodies are actually made kind of out of socks, hence the different colored ears and the patterns. A little bit of my marker did bleed, but that's what happens when you use water-based or watered-down inks with water-based markers. So that is week 1, 7 days of Inktober. All checked off, all done on time, and only that many more days to go. So I have quite a bit to look forward to. Next week is going to be Crooked, Screech, Gigantic, Run, Shattered, Teeming, Fierce, Mystery. Oh wait, Fierce. We stop at Fierce. There's only 7 days. So I will post a video when it comes to next Sunday and let you guys see what I come up with. But for now, I'm going to go eat my dinner. And I hope that you all have a wonderfully blessed day. And thank you for stopping by.